Hello, all of you cute beans out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Amber Isle. And it is TF Tuesday, so we're using the TF Talkies. Transform me to your heart's content, everyone. So last time we unlocked the forest zone. So hopefully our problems of not having enough wood will be a thing of the past. Though I kind of doubt that. But we'll find out. Apparently we reached level 3 friendship with somebody, so that's cool. Now we need to talk to Maple. Okay, Zim, let's do this thing! If you ask me, paleo folk are what it's all about. I wasn't exactly old when the last lot left, so I don't actually remember how we got into this mess. But what I do remember is it was great when there were loads of paleo folk here. Then it sucked when there weren't. So we're gonna get them here and we're gonna make sure they love it. Whether they like it or not! Too intense, huh? I hear ya. I'm just so pumped! Maybe I should go blow off some steam. Try and beat my low altitude flying record or something. Could you check in with our one and only resident? See if there's anything we can do to make her stay more comfortable? Isn't that your job? I'm fairly certain that's her job. Like, the mayor assigned her.
Oh, I should switch my talkie to comment.
What? Why?
I should switch my talkie to comments. Because you're playing Dinosaur game.
Oh. Sure, go for it.
Too much effort while I'm at work.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not Rex. I don't get PTSD involving meteors and comets. I cannot afford to spare the wood for that. Uh-oh. What are you doing over here? Can I talk to you? Oh, I can. Talk. Don't bother me. I haven't had my coffee. Oh, okay. Bye then. Actually, hang out. If we must. Yep, come along, old timer. You had to come with me during my morning chores of gathering resources. Oh my god, he's slow. I think this will make him happier with me, but I have no idea. I just know I have the option of hanging out with people, but no indication of what that might do for us. Well, come on, old man. Have a seat. Meow. 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 Oh no? Why not, Kieran? You didn't get bit, did you? Okay, good. What is this? Well met, friend. Are you perchance a resident on this humble island? You are? Excellent! I simply must mine you for its geologic history at some point in the near future. I'm Barnaby Brighttail, leading historian of ancient paleontological studies. If it's old and covered in centuries of dried mud, I simply must hear about it. You see, currently I'm competing with a rival of mine as the Institute, Charles. He believes he can acquire more specimens for his collection than I can for mine. How ludicrous! I simply won't have it. But where does one begin? I don't have a collection nor a research post. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Should any of this fall out of the sky, do be so kind as to let me know. If my research is correct, you've got a bit of a penchant for the Skyfallen, no? Well, hello there, Barnaby. Well, they're a thing. Ah, well that's good, Kieran, that's good. So I guess I had to come over here and, oversee the construction of her house. Oh, Sim, I love my new house. Thank you. The rest of my family, most of them anyway, they love traveling around selling lumber. And so do I. The lumber part, I mean. It's just, maybe I've spent too much time around trees because I want to put down roots. Anyway, I want to grow my family's business without lugging all that lumber around. So, I was thinking a wood stall right here on Amber Isle. But I'll have nothing left to sell if I use what I have, and I haven't even unpacked. Do you think you might be able to help me? Please, I'll be able to sell you wood and different kinds. And I'll upgrade your axe. Not that your axe isn't really great already. Really? Thanks, Sim. I knew Amber Isle was the place for me. Oh, boy. Well, that's all the basic wood I've got. I guess I'm not gonna be selling any more wood stuff in my shop. At least not for a while. Not until I get more in, get that done. So I guess it would probably actually only be like a couple of days at most. Ah, there's a newcomer here. I see, I see. Oh, that's fresh. Maybe if I infuse it with a sweeter blend. Oh, hey. Yeah, just sniffing your flowers. Should probably introduce myself. I'm Atlas Springcap. I, like coffee. Oh yeah, your name. Should have probably asked that. It's Zim? Nice. Nice. I think I heard you were a shopkeeper or something. I could be wrong, I guess. I could have sworn you were a lumberer based on how you managed to get through this dense forestry. I'm glad you did, because there's some great ingredients here. Would be a great place for folk to set up shop. Anyway, I'm sure you're busy. I'll let you get on. Hello, Seda.
Dino, 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 dino.
Dino. Did you see my new Talkie icon yet? Or TF Talkie?
I did not.
Ah. Yeah, I should bring it out for Seda. That if you know how that is. I made it a little complicated.
Oh, is this when we have to, like, maybe change, like, multiple colored potions over the course of the TF?
No. Blue Bat, remember I gotta be human first. So there's that. Wait. Okay. Well, Raijin, good news. We don't need to worry about the GIF version anymore. It is just working for some reason. It shouldn't be, but it is. But this isn't
darn,
the
I
new
wish
TF Talkie.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. This is just the gateway drug to it.
Oh no, Zim Voltorb, you know, has some potential here.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, until you guys do another potion redeem, or I decide to just swap. I'm not going to be letting it last long. And there's the new stage, the new TF talkie.
Work in progress, I assume?
Well, I mean, just 25. I only reveal one stage per week.
Oh, fair enough.
Because, you know, if I... That's how I stretch them out, you know?
Because I'll be honest, I'm just like, who is this Pokemon? I got nothing.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's you!
Well, I mean, I can tell you if you want, or you can try and guess.
I mean...
There's only about 1,000 Pokemon to guess.
I mean, why spoil the surprise? For both myself and the Twitch and YouTube audience. Like, think about it, Zim. Like...
The Ducks already guessed it earlier.
Zim, I was going to say, hey, if you have a suggestion for what you think, or if you have a guess for what you think the new TF Talkie form is, put it in the YouTube comments down below. See, you gotta get that engagement.
Yeah.
All right, Seda.
Raijin.
Would a grass-type rock evolve into a lichen rock?
Hey. That's a good one. I like that one.
I love you, Zim.
Uh-huh. I love you too. Yeah, I really need to get the ability to get more wood, because I am in a bad spot with the basic wood shortage I have going on here.
Well, since Seda's here, I can yap more about Wicked. Because he cursed me.
It's like curse of musical.
Okay, well, so last time I was yapping about it, I was talking about how good The Wizard and I is, because it carries so many leitmotifs and implications about songs throughout the rest of the... In particular, the theme about Alphaba singing about how she and the wizard will make a great team. And the entirety of the musical is about Alphaba trying to be a team with so many people. She's trying to be a team with Galinda. She's trying to be a team with Nessa in a way. Though that's kind of thrust upon them with the whole Wicked Witches part. The team with Fiero, the team with the wizard, like the symbolism of her trying to find a partner the whole time is packed so deeply, and it's just all reflected specifically in The Wizard and I. But then I was also listening to One Short Day, and I'm starting to turn into kind of a conspiracy theorist at this point. But halfway through, they sing how they'll be back for good, and the last song is for good.
Mm-hmm.
But then also after that, the following line, and the reason why I think that is intentional that they say they'll be back for good. The following line is that the one short day that they're there, Oz will know that they were there, which is extremely prescient because, that's when all the stuff goes down. It's so good. Like, it's already good music, but then with every single line, they pack in double entendres and self-referential tidbits.
I mean, like, there's the one that they were really on the nose during, like, the Wizard of I, which be like, I'd be so happy I could melt. It's like, oh, darling.
Yeah, so...
we know what's gonna happen later.
Yeah, that one kind of stands out as, like, obviously. That one stands out a lot because that is what happens. But then, like, packed underneath that is also all the other stuff about, just the story in general. It's about her trying to find a team. Like, she's thinking about trying to be a team with the wizard, and then you hit Defying Gravity. And she's trying to convince Galinda to go with her because they'll make a good team. And then later on, the lead up to No Good Deed, he's singing about whether or not they'll be, or whether or not she would be a good team with Vieira.
I think it's So Long's Your Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Since the release of Wicked Part 1, my, like, general knowledge of, like, the second act of the musical is just kind of, like, taken a back burner. And also, I just have to make the joke of, I see Zim is clearly ready for the Wicked Witch to arrive with that giant bucket in the store. But yeah, no, the cohesion in Wicked is just... it's on point.
So, like, the first time, because I didn't listen to any of Wicked before I watched Ariana and Cynthia's theatrical release. So I didn't know any of this until just now. I am uncultured swine, I'm sorry. I must disappoint you as your twin, but...
I mean, I'm culturally illiterate, so this is fine.
But my first reaction was that the second part was not as strong as the first part because Defying Gravity just hits so hard. There's so many good parts about Defying Gravity, and the ultimate song, For Good, just doesn't feel as powerful. It's very good as a resolution, but it's not punching you like Defying Gravity is. But then, like, as I've re-listened to it and listened to several other renditions, I've discovered it's because it's all put onto No Good Deed. That's where it's hitting you, is in No Good Deed.
Yeah.
And then everything after that is just kind of the epilogue resolution.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the two aspects of where Wicked as a, like, storyline and the structure of the musical does suffer, because Act 1 essentially acts as an independent prequel, but then Act 2 has this weird job of tying into the Wizard of Oz material, like essentially trying to properly tell the other side of the story. So, like, plot narrative-wise, it has that inevitability, and, the characters in some regards are fairly locked in place. Because, by the time you have Defying Gravity, Elphaba's the Wicked Witch, Glinda is the good...
I got some story here.
All
She
good.
wants a stall? That's a great idea. Then paleo folk will want to come here for your stuff and hers. And once they're here, who could resist a little whole life relocation, huh? This is going to be easy as ABD. Also, she offered to upgrade your axe, didn't she? Aw, seems like new paleo folk are as keen to help us as we are to help them. I knew they'd be nice. I can't wait for more of them to move in. Tell you what, I'll hold the fort at the post office, keep delivering those invites. You just let me know when a total of 8 friends have made our island home sweet home. And don't forget to get to know them too. We can't have strangers for neighbors. Aren't you supposed to be in charge of talking to them all and stuff? Ugh. Blah. Well, that's it for that. Go on with what you were saying. Oh, I killed them all.
Zeta died.
Sorry, but that cat wanted out.
Ah, got it. Seda is TF'd into cat.
Meow.
Oh! It's snowing.
No, it's so cold.
It's supposed to be spring. Why is it snowing?
That's cold.
I mean, yes, it is, but I'm perfectly fine.
It's freezing.
I'm not sure I can agree on that.
Did you want to finish your thought about it having to follow the established story in part 2?
Yeah. So like I think like what makes like Elphaba's arc in Act 1 so satisfying is that I think like as you're identifying, she is longing for this connection and longing to have, you know, a place in the world. And in the culmination at Defying Gravity, she realizes that her place in the world is to, you know, protect the animals, fight against the wizard's regime, and essentially embraces wickedness. And through the majority of, at least how I recall Act 2, it's still her trying to find that like one connection she can hold on to, because you know she's trying to lose people throughout a lot of Act 2, actually even Act 1. Like they're the people that she gets close to, she starts losing. But I think like Act 2 can be really defined by her embracing like what wickedness means, and not necessarily in a negative connotation. But I think also Elphaba embracing and learning what it means to be good, truly good. But you know that like essentially finding a purpose that we see in Act 1 is really satisfying, because you know she's finally self-empowered as opposed to everyone trying to, you know, bring her down. But because like Act 2 kind of has to like, you know, for it to work as a other perspective, it has to follow those narrative hooks of The Wizard of Oz. So, you know, the house crashing down, her getting melted by water in the end, it doesn't have that, it doesn't feel as earned, just because of its inevitability. It's actually why I'm, like, listening to, like, the new songs they did for the movie. I actually genuinely enjoy Girl in the Bubble. Because I think it adds just such a new layer onto things.
Got more story. This is the best thing that's ever happened to anyone in the history of the world! Now I can help you with way more stock. Oh, and let me see your axe. That'll chop even bigger logs now. It's so fun. You'll see. Yay.
And now you see how you can upgrade your equipment.
Yes, I do. I want all of your basic wood. Just all of it. Wait, do you really only have one?
I think it's like the arrow.
Did you have?
Too.
Okay, so that's how many she's got in stock. Okay.
Correct. And what are you going to ask, Regin?
I was just going to ask, Zem, did you have any thoughts you wanted to add to the Wicked conversation?
I'll be honest, no. I unfortunately have I was getting food while we were watching and missed some important things, I feel. And so I was kind of looking forward to watching it again with Seda and, catching what I missed. And, well, that's not happening, so...
It can happen. I just was actually expecting to be doing some stuff this morning that didn't materialize, so...
Are you doing stuff tomorrow morning?
I shouldn't be.
Well, on the note about it feeling unearned, I don't actually think it has anything to do with trying to respect the material of the Wizard of Oz. I think all of that is done completely fine. I think the weakest part of the Wicked musical overall is just the subplot with the animals is not as strong as it should. Because that's the subplot that is supposed to most closely mirror how Elphaba interacts with the world, because she's effectively treated as a second-class citizen because of the greenness of her skin, very much like how animals are starting to get treated as second-class citizens to the point where they're starting to lose their ability to speak and actually participate in society at a regular level. And there's just so much of this that doesn't appropriately materialize. And on top of this, I think this is my biggest criticism of the theatrical release, the movie. They actually made it worse, I feel, because Dr. Dillamond especially kind of turns into sort of a joke. Far more than what you see in the play. Like, there's a particular scene I remember in the play that, Elphaba offers to split lunch with Dillamond, and what ends up happening is that she takes the sandwich out of the paper bag, and then Dr. Dillamond takes the paper bag and starts eating it, and it's like just kind of a cutesy friendship thing. And that particular scene gets taken out, and in replacement, you just sort of get this unearned, like, oh, and suddenly we're friends now kind of thing. After, it's just a tone shift that I think overall weakens what was already one of the weakest plots in Wicked. The other being that Nessa as a character isn't as explored as she should be.
I will say on
Because
one thing about the
Go ahead.
animals that I did not like was the cowardly lion. It felt like it was just in there for an excuse to put where the cowardly lion came into things in here, into the movie. And it's like, they don't even explain anything. Like, he just was like, she took me away from my life in a cage. And it's like, okay, and why is this bad? What happened to you because of what she did? And they never explain that. And it's just like, really?
I agree, and I think with that in particular, I can see where Seta's coming from, where trying to respect the source material is making it weaker, because overall it feels like the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Fiero just kind of suddenly pop up just to satisfy the fact that God, I almost called her Alice, like I'm talking about Alice in Wonderland, Dorothy.
Hey there, Black Tiger. I'm doing alright. How are you? Honestly, I think that Wicked should have been 3 parts instead of 2. Because there were multiple points that felt so rushed in the Wicked 2 movie that was like, they should have taken some more time to go through it.
So here's the crazy part about this. The Wicked theatrical release is already like almost 2 hours longer than the play itself. And I feel like for the length they added, they didn't actually accomplish a whole lot more, aside from, as Seda mentioned, the girl in the bubble. Like, that was a good addition. But basically everything else that they did with the extra time, I just feel like was unnecessary fluff. And two of the things that I wish could be fleshed out overall to improve the cohesion of the story is the animal plotline and everything to do with Nessa. Because if you fix those 2 things, then you fix the Cowardly Lion issue, you fix the Tin Man issue, you fix Fiero's fine. I think everything about Fiero is fine, but you fix those 2 issues, you fix the problem with Dillamon, but it's hard because there's already so much packed into like a 2.5 hour play.
Yeah, because like the Broadway musical of Wicked runs for about 2 hours 45 minutes. The Wicked Part 1 movie ran for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So basically the first part of the movie was, as Rajan said, basically the same length as the Broadway production. And then Wicked for Good was basically 2 hours and 17 minutes. So they effectively doubled the running time of the musical. I'm not saying your points are any less valid, but I think probably just adding on to them that they definitely gave themselves the space to.
They gave themselves more space. I don't know how the actual music, the in-person ones are, the Broadway stuff. I don't know anything about those. I haven't seen them. But I didn't even know they were a thing until the movies.
Good job, movies.
But on that front, it's like, I very much feel that they could have given themselves more space even still. I think they should have gone with a 3rd. And I think they could have easily... It's not like I am lightly saying this either, because, we've already got sequelitis across every franchise. But this is one where it felt like they did a disservice to the story by not doing so.
I'd have to judge for myself when I actually see the film, but I think the one thing I would struggle against with, hey, split it up into 3 parts is, I think you'd be exaggerating the issue that Part 2 highlights with its lack of defying gravity. Because in terms of character growth, empowerment, and just having the absolute banger of a track, defying gravity is there's a reason why Defying Gravity ends Act 1 and they decide to end the first movie with Defying Gravity, because it's impactful, it's powerful. Act 2 does not have that many banger over songs. For Good is like a nice little, Christmas present bow on top of everything, but the real power is No Good Deed, which, if you were to maybe split things off from a song perspective, No Good Deed would not be a bad place to end a hypothetical 2 out of 3 parts, because it's fully embracing the persona of the Wicked Witch of the West. But then the problem is that you have 2, 3 songs after that. So, not that's an impossible task for them to come up with new songs, because, hey, they did bring back the original composer to make 2 new for Wicked, or Wicked for Good, but yeah, like, if you're trying to tie things around, narrative impact for a musical, your options start running fairly limited after Defying Gravity. And I think they already stretched things out a little bit too much for Wicked Part 1. Because there was a lot of cases of dead space where, you have that nice soft music in the background and you're seeing like the characters' expressions or maybe some of the scene there, but nothing's really moving along. Which not a bad thing, but there's only so much of that you can actually probably lean into, in my view.
I guess part of the problem is that the like, the first one did feel like a musical, but the second one really didn't feel like a musical to me anyways. Like, it felt too crammed. Just too crammed.
Part 1, Part 2.
Part 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, it wasn't bad. It was really good still. But there were a lot of points where you just had to be like the Cowardly Lion. You just had to go like, oh, okay, sure. Fine. I guess that's explanation and reason. I guess.
I mean, it's interesting because the place where the Cowardly Lion comes in for the expanded role is actually one of the new songs they added for the movie. Because the new songs from the musical for the movie are No Place Like Home and The Girl in the Bubble. So, like, that entire, like, subplot of her convincing the animals, if I recall correctly, is not really in the musical.
It's not, and I mean, that's part of why I feel like it made it weak. It's because, like, I already have the opinion that they made a lot of it worse in part 1 with how Dylan was portrayed, because there's a huge difference between the theatrical release Dylan and the Broadway Dylan. And I really think that the Broadway Dylan does a lot better to portray the whole situation overall. But yeah, like, they added all this runtime already, and the biggest issues I feel like they didn't really address.
Oh, hey there, Kitsu. They hit the high point of the musical with the first movie. I I found them both to be really good. The first one was the better, but it's more because, like I said, I felt like the second one felt too rushed with the narration of it, the actual story of it. But I've got some story here,
I
so
also
give me a sec.
Oh, okay.
Zim, Woodbury Forest. It's so great! Even better than that, so according to the official rating standard, what you've done here is more than adequate. Oh, thanks.
High praise from Addie.
Gee whiz. Soon we'll have more visitors than you can shake a stick at, keen to ramble through the glades. And maybe they'll decide to stay. You're right, Maple. And if we don't have room for them, we could quickly become victims of our own success. Oh. Well, seems like we don't have much of a choice. We'll need to undertake a detailed impact analysis of the entire island. Use it to identify the... We'll have to open up Mount Morrisong. Lots of paleo folk around the archipelago like a good vista. I'll fly over and take a look. Wait! Maple, Oh, Addie. Well, I suppose she does know the island best. Mount Morrisong it is. I think I sequence broke a little bit. Alright, you guys are good.
No, I don't think you sequence broke.
Eh. Oh, this is my wood gathering spot, I see.
I mean, I kind of agree that, like, part 2 does feel a little bit less like a musical, and I think a lot of it is just because so much time is spent on very solemn, somber things. You know, like, the girl in the bubble is already pretty sad. For Good is very sad. Like, it really is. The entire part 2 hinges on no good deed. If you didn't have no good deed, part 2 wouldn't stand up. Meanwhile, theoretically, if you took out Defying Gravity from part 1, it would still be decent. Defying Gravity wraps it up. But it can survive without Defying Gravity, and that's not true of part 2. However, I do think one of the issues about spreading it out more and more and trying to flesh it out, and why I really don't think a part 3 would help, is that the further away you get from part 1, the harder it is to connect the dots back to all these things that are self-referential that I talk about. Like, the entirety of Elphaba and Fiero's partnership hinges so much on things set up in part 1. And if that starts getting pushed off onto part 3, then you're 2 entire movies away from where it got set up. Which I think is starting to get a little bit too far for a musical. I do think it is one of the things that makes more sense within a Broadway perspective, because, like, there's something about theater where you can just more easily accept certain oddities, whereas with the theatrical release, you kind of expect it to play out a little bit more realistically, I feel. I will say though, if you can't stay up for Wicked Part 2 tonight, maybe we could at least watch the Mary Kate's performance of Defying Gravity together. Even though it's not the best quality, it's only like 10 minutes, so that should be doable, right?
I was actually watching that earlier today.
God, That's the big rabbit hole that I've been going down. Is it's just so much fun listening to how everyone makes these characters their own. Like Cynthia is obviously doing a fantastic job with Elphaba. I genuinely love what Ariana and Cynthia did for the characters. But Cynthia takes Elphaba in a very cool, calm, collected direction that only starts to go off the rails towards the end. And her singing is very much more pop style. It's very modern. But then, like, Mary Kate's performance of Elphaba, and especially in Defying Gravity, the way she sings Look to the Western Skies, how she growls Western out like it's a threat. It's so good. I just love that so much.
But yeah, just like I actually just like pulled up real quick, just listening to there, just like yeah, that like sliding into wickedness, just that growly witch, just how there she's enunciating just Western Sky theirs. It's good, like, and I think that for me shows why like Wicked on Broadway or as a theatrical production has had such longevity, because Elphaba and Glinda have just this wide enough berth for characterization that you can put your own characterization into it if you're playing those roles, because yeah, you could be a little bit more growly and wicked, or a little bit more empowered, or on like the Glinda side, maybe a little more glitzy, or a little bit more truly leaning into the the goodness. Because yeah, like seeing like how like seeing some of the actually, like, for example, the original run for popular compared to the theatrical, they both convey this like they both can convey the same tones, but just those undertones are just it is a rabbit hole indeed.
I really enjoy like the comparison of For Good, and like this is kind of where the rabbit hole started with for me, was actually For Good, because Adina's performance of No Good Deed. I think I was saying For Good the whole time. No Good Deed. Adina's performance of No Good Deed. She starts off, she's sounding like so manic and crazed and upset. And then, like, as the song progresses, she just like turns into this coldly burning rage. But then Cynthia's version is kind of the opposite. She starts out like calm and collected and trying to get her bearings together, the way she's singing Alakanama. And then from there, it just starts getting more and more manic for her. And that difference, like, if there are things that are lacking in the way Cynthia portrayed Elphaba being so calm and collected instead of a little bit more ditzy, that particular characterization change in No Good Deed kind of seals it as cohesive. And it's like you have two different performances of the same character, and it works so well for both of them. I definitely at least want to share Mary Kate's Defying Gravity with Zen.
Oh, absolutely.
We're just gonna have to do a double date to go see Broadway Wicked at some point. I don't know how we're gonna pull it off. I don't know when, but we got to do it. You're dragging Abby. I'm dragging Zen. We're gonna have fun.
Okay, proposal. Or counter proposal. I propose a double
Dude, what if
date.
we both proposed at Wicked?
No, if I was gonna propose, proposals to Abby are probably gonna be on the rooftop at Anthrocon. But yeah, my counter proposal is a double date. Or maybe even a triple double date. Because why stop there? Because, like, if we're gonna go all the way to New York to see Wicked on Broadway, why not see Lion King? Why not see Phantom of the Opera?
Because we'd have to actually all be in the same place with all of those going at the same time.
Oh, they're all running concurrently.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't have to be at Broadway. We can go watch it somewhere else, but... I am thinking now that I'm experiencing this, I should probably look up cats so that I can experience cats outside of the 2019 movie that was released.
Yeah. Oh no, Blue Bat Twisted. Are you serious?
I'm unfamiliar with that too.
That's a rabbit hole that I guess, on a different aspect may have eventually, brought you down anyway. Because I wanted to show you guys the guy that didn't like musical. And now that I have all my reference materials pulled up, Twisted is a musical production that was produced by Star Kid Productions. And it's a revisionist parody on Aladdin, telling the story from the perspective of Jafar.
Interesting.
Have I seen this? Absolutely not. Did I randomly come across it literally yesterday when I was looking at some articles on Wicked? Yes. Yes, I did.
Are you cute? Yes. Yes, you are.
Well, heck. And I'll have to say, my curiosity's been mildly piqued on it because I did really enjoy The Guy That Didn't Like Musicals, and the tracks on Nerdy Prudes Must Die is also really good. Yes, these are actual musicals, and I have seen them. Dun dun dun.
There are so many things to gather every day. Oh, God. That is my one issue with games like this. And Stardew Valley, where it's like, okay, the main part of the game is supposed to be the shopkeeping. Or rather, you've got so much that you need to do. And half of it is you gotta run around to all these places every single day. Like with Stardew, you gotta go talk to everybody every single day, or else they start getting upset and, you know. But you also have to manage your farm every single day and stuff.
I think like the one variation in like Amber Isle, or at least the departure from that I do appreciate. You're not inspired enough to break down these crystals.
No, I am not.
Don't worry, just let Dart loose. He'll take care of it.
I don't think he can eat
shop.
that. I don't think he can eat that.
I like to see him try. I think he could. Those crystals look delicious.
How do you not have diabetes?
A generally very good question. I say as I am nomming this bar of chocolate.
Some people just have the good genes. Then there's me having to count every little bit of sodium, and I still have high blood pressure. Sigh. Zim,
Yes?
would you kiss Seda? Because I would.
Yes. Actually, you know, looking at the time, I think this might be where we call it on the stream today. Blech. I want to keep going, but also I have got to start trying to get my sleep schedule back earlier. Which means I gotta do my wind down and all of that. So, thank you everybody for joining us on the stream today. That was Amber Isle. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, coming by and hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to stream loots, or subscribing to us on YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining everybody, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.